All right, everyone. So we are now recording. Thank you again for being on. If you're live or if you're watching the replay, really appreciate you guys. Tonight's training is going to be on how to coach product users to help them maximize their results, to help keep them on product long term, and to help really build a real relationship with these people that you're getting on product, no matter if it's a 24-day jumpstart, a 180, a bye-bye belly, or if they're just on maybe a specific product routine with two things that they're just trying. When I say product user, I really mean anyone, not just someone who's doing a 24-day jumpstart. So I broke it up into a few categories that we'll be going over tonight. As I said, if you're on live, thank you for being live. I'll stop the recording and you guys can answer questions, the benefit of being on live. And if you're watching the recording, you can follow up with the person who added you, or you can follow up with me after. And I'm going to break it down step by step so it's really easy to follow. This will not be longer than 9. I'm going to leave room for questions at the end, okay? All right, so as far as getting people started, when someone begins on product, no matter if they just buy Spark from you or they purchase a 24-day jumpstart, I really recommend doing what we call a 3-way call. I know many of you are familiar with that, and why? It's just another resource that person can have. So a 3-way call, if you are new, is just an introduction with someone that's helping you, that probably has been around the block longer than you, right? They know a lot about Advocare and the products that this person's taking. And it's really best to do that call. If possible, they're probably the one helping you on the call to get the person on the product. So if I do a call with, say, Charity, and she introduces me to someone, I can then help her coach that person. Say this person just buys, though. They're just like, I'm just ready to do this, and they purchase a 24-day jumpstart from you. I still recommend after they purchase to do a welcome call, a quick 10-minute call. Hey, I want to introduce you to blank. They're helping me, and I just want you to have another resource. That's the wording I use. I don't say the word 3-way call. I think that's salesy. It's kind of weird. You're like, what is a 3-way call? It's something I did in high school. It's just weird. So I just briefly say, I'm going to introduce you to my friend Shannon. She's been helping me from the start. And you say whatever you want, guys. We're all different. So I have a 3-week-old baby, right? So I can say, listen, if I'm not available, if I'm busy with the little guy, I can make sure that Shannon is there for you as well. So you could say, listen, I have a busy work schedule, and I want to introduce you to the person that's helping me, just so you have another resource to help you get the best results possible. That is the wording I use. So you either want to do the 3-way call beforehand. That's when 90% of them will happen, to really help the person purchase the products, because you should not be going into detail on how much the product is, anything like that. Let the person helping you do all that. Your job is just to introduce the person. From there, the person that's helping you, it's their job to do everything else. So if that doesn't happen beforehand for some reason, say the person's just gung-ho and they just want to buy it right away, I do still recommend doing a welcome. Call is best. If it's someone that's young, I know sometimes they're kind of weird on the phone, but that's a lot of your mindset as well. And that's a roadblock that's probably you're thinking, it's weird, I don't want to introduce. I had to get over that. I had to get over myself my first year in this business. I was scared to introduce my friends because I really thought I had it all together, that I could coach all these people. And when it got to me coaching a bunch of people, it was very overwhelming. I wish I introduced them to Shannon, who got me started with Advocare. So they had a buddy. They had someone that they can reach out to. So I can't stress enough how important it is. Facebook message is okay as well. So if you have someone that buys product, or to set up the 3-way call, I would first tell the person, so if it's me, give me a shout and say, hey, Steph, I'm going to introduce you to someone on Facebook. They're interested in the 24-day. She's my good friend from high school. I've known her for a while. Give me a heads up so I know to look for the message and who the person is. Throw me in that message, and then I'll suggest that call. So that's been working very well, because you don't need to say about the call. I can, Infinity War. Your sponsor can. It's easier to do that. So that is as far as introduction goes. When the person purchases, or if you get a nibble, you're excited, add them and welcome them to the Rise page. So this is still in my introduction block here. 3-way call or Facebook message, something. Welcome them there. Also add them to the Rise page. So Rise was made 5.5 years ago. It is an awesome motivation and support page. There's no sales. Nothing goes on in that page other than positivity, support, recipes. I like to call it a crock pot for people, for humans. It cooks people until they are ready to jump on board. They see real people, real results. This page is so motivating. You want them in that page because say when you're at work or you're with your kids, whatever your life looks like right now, they're in that Rise page. They see other people succeeding. They see recipes and they see tips. They see people's results. And that's why it is so essential for them to be in the Rise page. So that is my little block on introduction. 3-way calls, a welcome of some kind. Make sure that you are not alone with coaching a person. Advocare is all about the buddy system. You know, make sure that they have another resource. Don't be that only person that they know in Advocare. Make sure that you're letting us know your friends. They're going to get better results that way. And then the Rise page. So moving on to the next big tip I have for coaching, organization. This is probably literally the number one reason people will succeed on top of you building a great relationship is you treating this like a business. And you treating this like this is a business. You need to make sure that you're being the best coach possible and making sure that you know where these people are at. So as far as organization goes, the first thing that I want to say before I get into it is you need to know the person's purpose. Before anything, why are they doing this? What is their anchored purpose of why are they doing the 24-day jumpstart? Is it to run a 5K with their kids? Is it to lose, the baby weight? Is it to just feel more comfortable in their own skin? Is it to gain lean muscle? Is it because they're self-conscious? What is their goal? Make sure that you know that because this is something that you're going to use as you build a relationship with these people. If I'm coaching my friend Ashley and I know that her goal is to get in shape for her sister's wedding, I can always remind Ashley of that through the process if she falls off a little bit. I can say, Ash, I know that your sister's wedding is coming up, and I know that that's your goal. Is that still something that you want to do, right? I can remind her of that purpose. So why I think that I was very successful early on in my journey and why many of you were very successful early on in your journey and now is because you led people to their purpose. If someone says my goal is 50 pounds, I write it down. If someone says my goal is just to tone up for this wedding, I write that down. And if it's a business type person, if they want to earn $500, I write that down. Make their purpose your purpose. So make sure you know why these people are on products. They're trusting you as their coach. They're buying product, right? So, they're paying money to do this. They're investing in healthy foods and a gym membership probably and the whole 9 yards. So make sure that you know their why. Because when the why is big enough, the how-to is easy. Mm-hmm. The how-to is going to be easier for you when you remember what their why is. So with organization, some people like to stay organized on a calendar, like on an actual paper calendar. My friend Tia, who I know is on, she is all about that paper calendar. She likes to write it down, whereas I like to put it in the calendar app on my phone. So if you look at your phone, the little calendar, that's what I track everyone's. I do all this stuff. I'm going to tell you how I do it. You can also just pull up a calendar, a desk calendar, and write this down. So I want you to write down, I mark their day 1, their day 8, and 18. This is on a 24-day jumpstart. I'll tell you what I do for other products as well. But for a 24-day jumpstart, I mark the person's day 1, day 8, and 18. And I'll tell you why. So their day 1, obviously you want to know their start day. Every 80 days, they can do the cleanse. So you want to know when their day 1 is, so you know when day 80 is to remind them that they're up for another cleanse, okay? So I would mark that down, mark their day 1 for sure. Day 8 gives you some wiggle room to prep them for their second half. So the cleanse is days 1 through 10, and then that second half starts day 11. So on day 8, it gives you day 8, 9, and 10 to have a quick 10-minute phone call with this person to see how the first couple days went for them, but also to prep them for the max phase. If you have done the 24-day jumpstart, you know that that max phase with the strip pack can be overwhelming for some people. And if they take it wrong, you know that can be overwhelming for people. So why I mark day 8, if I'm talking to my friend Meredith and she is busy on day 8, she's busy on day 9, I still have day 10 to prep her for day 11. It gives you some wiggle room. Day 18, I use this to prep for day 25 and beyond. What products are you liking? What do you want to change? What are your goals now that you've seen some weight loss or some energy? What do you want to stay on? What products you want to stay on? What do you want to change? So this is key. The fortune is in the follow-up. If you follow up on day 18, 19-ish, what that does is it prevents them finishing the 24-day jumpstart on day 24 and having no products for day 25. You don't want people to fall off. I like to say, if it's not broke, let's not fix it. So if they're rocking and rolling on the 24-day jumpstart, they're on the max phase, let's get them on those products again. Let's see what they're liking, right? And these checkpoints, I call them, little checkpoints in their journey, day 8, day 18, it gives you the chance to reconnect with your sponsor. If you are very new to Advocare still, maybe you don't know all the products we have. So I love to be on those next step calls. I was just on one with someone who's finishing up the 24-day, and it was with my friend Jasmine, who's pretty new, right? And she said, Steph, I want you on the call to recommend what's next for this girl. She's lost 7 pounds. She's doing great. And I want you to be on the call. I love doing those next step calls. So if someone's on day 8, you prep them for the max phase. Day 18, we talk about what's next. Day 25 and beyond, what are you liking? I have videos that in the Facebook message where you guys all commented about this training tonight. I'll make sure the videos are there. I prep the person before I call the person. I say, hey, watch this video. It's on day 11 through 24. It's my friend Steph. She's explaining how to take the product. So watch this before we talk. It makes the call so much smoother because I can focus that call on the person, on what their results are days 1 through 10 so far, not on this is the MNS box, this is how you do it. My video is short and easy and they can watch it. And then when you're on the call with them to prep for the second half, they've already seen that. So I really recommend that. I also have a day 25 and beyond video that you send on day 18 or so, and that will prep them on getting them thinking of what should I continue on? What for me is best, or what should I add? So that will really help them with that. And I love these checkpoint milestones, I like to say, with day 8 and 18. It gives you a reason to say, hey, Ashley, so tell me how it's going so far. Steph, I'm down 7 pounds. That is awesome. Is anyone asking you what you're doing? It allows you to bring up the conversation of, hey, you know, you can share this with what you're doing with people, right? And you can grow your discount. Does saving 40% mean anything to you? And they're like, yes, I would love to save 40%. So maybe they say, no one's really asking me, but I'm loving it or whatever. On day 8, on day 18, when I'm on the call again, another layer. Hey, Ash, how you feeling? Steph, I feel awesome. I can totally see myself doing this forever. Well, then we got to get you a 40% discount, right? So it allows you to give them that wording again and bring along people with them. Yeah, so-and-so from work asked me. Awesome. Introduce me to Kim from work, right? I want to get to know her. If she's asking you about your products, give her a spark. Share with her what you're doing. So I love doing that. It layers on the whole. You can bump up from preferred customer to distributor. It gets them excited. I also recommend the videos beforehand, like I said, and shout outs and recognition on Facebook. So there's different ways you can recognize people personally. So one-on-one with a text, your call, you can just give them that encouragement. But on Rise, you will see people shout it out. Shout out to Charity. She's on day 10. She's down 5 pounds and feels awesome. Shout out to Kim. she fit into pants from high school and she messaged me about it or whatever. Make it so exciting for this person. Shout them out on Rise and recognize them. If they send you a picture, always ask, is it okay if I share your results? And if they say yes, guys, post that on your personal Facebook. If they say yes, ask first always. Post in Rise as well. Why? You might have added 20 people to Rise and they see, wow, Steph is a great coach. She's getting people results. Shout them out because it's going to make your person feel recognized and appreciated and excited, but it's also going to make all the other people in the Rise page and on your personal Facebook page or Instagram say, wow, so-and-so is really sticking with this and coaching people. She's getting them or he's getting them great results. So recognition is everything. People love being recognized. Personally, I will send people a message and say, hey, Jasmine, you are doing awesome. You're on my mind today. I saw this quote. I thought of you. When I see something that makes me think of someone, I send it to them. And it's little, it's a quote. It is so meaningful. People will forget what you say, but not how you make them feel. Never forget that. So I'm going to talk about handwritten cards at the end, but the recognition is everything. And other people will see, oh, girl, she's got it going on. She's coaching them. So make sure that you're doing that. And I can't stress the follow-up, those checkpoints with follow-up. If you can sit right now and think to yourself, maybe you're new, but maybe you've been around the block a while with Advocare, how many people that you started on product are still on product? My mom always says there's always some bad eggs in the bunch. There's always going to be some people that don't take the product right, that have bad experiences, right? It's always going to happen. Most of the time it's because they're not taking the product correctly or effectively. That's why, right? Or they're not following through with their end. They're not eating right, or life is just happening for them. They started at a bad time. You know, that can always happen. But guys, we need to take extreme ownership, and we need to say that 90% of the reason why they're not staying on product is because of me, because of you, right? Because of myself. That is why they're not staying on product, because we didn't follow up. So we need to take extreme ownership, treat it like a business, mark their days, be organized. These people are spending money, right? You're their coach. We are their coach. Make sure that they have the resources they need and that you are taking ownership of where they're at. The worst feeling as a coach is thinking, oh, Ashley, what day is she on? That is the worst feeling. Or when she messages you or he messages you and they say, hey, I'm just checking in with you, and they're checking in with you. Make sure that you are the one that's on top of this. I can't stress that enough. So moving on, welcome emails. This is something that I have done that I feel adds another layer of just being personal with the products that someone buys. If you are very new, the person that's helping you should be helping you with welcome emails. If not, just let us know and I can make sure we figure that out for you. But I like to just tell the person in the welcome email how to take their products. Yes, I know that it's on the label. Yes, I know that you can probably YouTube it, but how much more personal is it if they get a message from you that maybe has, you know, the Advocare 24-day cookbook and how to take their product, and it doesn't matter what the person buys. I love someone just as much if they buy a bag of Spark. My college students at Penn State that can't afford anything, that they just buy Spark and they love it. I love them just as much as I love someone that buys a 24-day Jumpstart. That's how we need to treat everyone, because my girl who buys Spark, who's a college student, might introduce me to 20 people because she loves Spark so much if I'm a great coach. Have you guys ever been to a great restaurant and you recommend a meal to someone, your neighbor, your mom, your family member? You just got to go. It's awesome. We just almost ordered a wrap up the road. Derek's mom's in town visiting. And I told probably 3 people about the chicken wrap I got, the Thai chicken wrap I got from this place up the road. So they will recommend you as a coach if you treat them well and you go above and beyond and you just do something a little extra like a welcome email. Hey, this is how you take your Spark and Catalyst. It's meaningful, guys. Don't forget the little things matter. I have the preferred customer or whoever the person is forward me their welcome email, that they get their email confirmation. 2 reasons. 1, I know what products they bought. 2, I have their home address and I can send a card. And I'm going to talk about cards last. So have the person forward you their email confirmation. You have their products and you have their home address. If you are someone who's coaching other people now, I know I see a lot of you on that you have a business, you have a team. Make sure that you're doing that for the person that's new on your team that's introducing you to people. So if you have someone new and you're on the three-way call, guys, their heart for Advocare is so new and it's not strong enough yet to know what you guys know, how to send a welcome email, right? Make sure that you are layering and you are, I like to explain the game telephone. If I tell a secret to 5 people, by the time it gets around, it's watered down. I want it to come from my mouth. I want them to know from me how to take their products. So if you're old, you've been around the block with Advocare, make sure that you're taking ownership of the people that are on your team and sending a welcome email for your new person. The new person, if you guys are new, that's not your responsibility. That's our responsibility. We will help you out with that. But if you know how to take these products and you've been taking them for years, I want you to say, this is how you take it. Just let them hear it from you, okay? So you have their home address, right? So if I do a three-way call for someone and this person is new, that's introducing me to a new prospect, and they purchase, I want that email confirmation. I want it because I want to be the one to make sure that no one gets through the cracks. So make sure if you're old, like I said, you're taking ownership. But if you're new, be forwarding that message saying, hey, Steph, hey, Gina, hey, Shannon, I need some help with a welcome email. Can you help me? That's what we're here for, guys. This is a team effort. So last is handwritten cards, and I'm going to finish up with any final questions you guys have after. So this one says thank you, and I just have them here for sending thank you cards to people who've sent stuff to little Noah. But I get these little cards at Walmart, at Target. They're cheap. They're literally blank cards. This one says thank you, but I have blank cards. I am so big on handwritten notes. Why it is so important to me, again, people will not forget how you make them feel. Someone once asked me, they said, Steph, what if the day comes when you're writing 100 cards every 2 weeks? And I'll say, I'll love that day. I will love my hand falling off from writing all those cards because I know that I'm helping people and I'm making a difference. I have a story I want to share quick. We have a girl on our team who's in college. She's a young girl. I wrote her a card for just doing great on her jump start or whatever. I will never forget visiting her in person, walking into her dorm and seeing my card on her corkboard. I'll never forget walking into someone's house and seeing my card on the refrigerator. Guys, it's meaningful. If you take the time to do this, when it comes to day 18 and you're doing a follow-up call on what products they should stay on, they will purchase. People are not buying Advocare, they're buying you. Let me say that again. People are not buying Advocare, they're buying you. Their coach, most importantly, their friend. Make sure that you're doing something. Maybe, Derek's not the handwriter, guys. I do that. But if you're not a handwriter, guys, you got to become one, okay? Get over it because these people trust you and they're so excited. So I will do something like, hey, Sam, I am so excited that you jumped on the 24-day challenge. I can't wait to be your coach. I will be there for you every step, and we are going to fit into that dress for your sister's wedding. Steph. Short and sweet. It does, and again, I know the girl's why or the guy's why, and that's what I can put in this. Short and sweet. Or maybe it's a call for someone or a card for someone that bumped up for a distributor. Just do a little welcome, it's just something simple. So let's just recap everything I went over for morning, and then I will answer any questions for you guys that are live. So I started this out with the introduction on doing a three-way call or a welcome call if they have already purchased, or a Facebook message. Big thing here, make sure they know someone other than you. Make sure that they have multiple coaches, multiple resources, and the word choice of, in case you can't get a hold of me, I want you to have a resource. Guys, you're the one who's the bus driver. You're directing this person. Don't give them a wiggle room out to say, is it okay if I introduce you to my friend so-and-so? Just tell them. When they purchase products or they're excited, awesome. Next steps, I'm going to introduce you to my friend Derek. He's going to be helping you out, and especially if you can't get a hold of me, I want you to have another resource. Boom. He's introduced to Derek. So it's the Word Choices, shouting out in the Rise page and welcoming them there. Even if they don't purchase products, welcome them to the Rise page. Let them see the culture and the community and the support that Advocare has. Talked about organization, marking your calendar or marking the app in your phone. It literally texts me and reminds me. So I know Brad might be on. Brad, I know your sister's on day 8 tomorrow because I have it in here. Brad, I know your mom's on day 8 tomorrow too because I have it in my phone. And I'm going to follow up with them tomorrow. So phone or calendar, paper calendar, mark their days 1, 8, 18 if it's a 24-day jumpstart. If they're on other products, I didn't mention this, say it's just Spark. Guys, go on your website under Spark and you can tell what supply they got, whether 14-day or 42 servings for the canister. So if someone just buys a bag of Spark for me, I might mark 1 week in, 7 or 8 days in to follow up with them. The beauty of Advocare is it's a consumable product. It's just like toothpaste, guys. When it runs out, you got to go get your toothpaste. When their Spark runs out, I don't want to wait till they're on day 14 of their stick packs. 1 week in, hey, how's your Spark going? You love it, right? When are you taking it? How are you using it? I'm using it before workout. Awesome, right? Make sure that you're checking in. All you got to do if they don't buy something like a 24-day or an 80-day, follow up when their products are going to be running out. Do little checkpoints. What works for me might not work for you. So if someone's doing a 28-day bye-bye belly, the products are for 28 days. I will probably mark day 1, 8, and 18 for that. That's what I would probably do for that too. And I want to know, right, that I am putting my whole heart into this person. So just look at how much product they have, mark in your phone so you know. Simple, simple. Send the videos beforehand for the day 8 and 18. Hey, check this video out before we chat with my friend Ron, who's coaching me, right? Check this out before we talk with him, just so you can see what the products are for the second half. All right, welcome emails. We talked about that, how they forward their email confirmation so you have their home address and you have what products they purchased. If ever you feel uncomfortable on how do they take Clear Mood, how do they take O2 Gold, forward it along to the person that's helping you. If you're on right now and you have, a direct person, awesome. If they are helping you, forward it to them and just give them a heads up. Hey, Sarah, I'm going to forward you so-and-so's email. They just got a few products that I'm unsure of. Open communication is key. Last, we talked about handwritten cards. So it is 9 o'clock on the dot. Promise you 9 o'clock. I'm going to stop the recording, and then I will answer just any questions pertaining to what I talked about. So thank you guys for being on live. Let me stop this recording.